our phones are being packed. We can't have a conversation. When you try to have a conversation, all types of things happen on our phones. So we know our phones are packed. In Cape Town, I actually showed journalists a court judgment where a judge gave them powers to listen to my phone. So there's a judgment which has been obtained by secret agents to listen to my phone. It's our lifestyle. We're not complaining. It comes with the territory. We'll do the same when we're in power. You want to know the movements of your opponents. What are they planning? You must always be ahead of them. So when you form an opposition, you must anticipate that the state will always want to know, what are you up to? As long as they do it legally, as long as they don't use the state resources to settle political scores like rogue unit, it can happen. Yesterday, the News 24 sent me questions. Those questions are matters that were in the discussion between me and SARS. You can see they went to take Ernest Johan van Lochenberg. He went to take that information and gave it a SARS information and gave it to journalists because they are not happy with the NPA decision. Then he says there is new information. I'm like, there's no new information. This was a discussion in SARS. They went to take SARS information, which, by the way, the SARS Act says that information can be used anyway. They went to take that information. They are continuing with that rogue element. Gave it to the News 24 and say, ask him about this. I can tell you now, News 24, I want to answer you. I won't answer nonsense. No, I won't answer questions of the rogue unit. Because News 24 is working with rogue unit. And you are lucky we won't ban you. But you are working with a rogue unit who are away, we know. So I don't have a problem answering a question of a journalist, a proper journalist, not a rogue element. Huh? No, not a rogue element, not embedded journalism. That's how Pravin thrives. You remember when he dissolved Limpopo, he put journalists in a bus, went to address them in Limpopo, and then from there put them in a bus, brought them back. When he wanted to answer, there were no journalists. They are driven in a luxury bus. That's how embedded journalism works.
One side of the story.
One side of the story, you disappear. And he thinks we don't know how you open. Pravin has made a lot of comrades suffer. We, this generation, have taken a conscious decision to fight him. He must take a decision to end his tendencies, or else we're fighting him to the grave until we die. If it means prison, fighting Pravin, let's go to prison. But we're not going to succumb to Pravin. He has been doing this nonsense for far too long. Those ANC cowards are scared of him. UDF times, those cowards are scared of him. They're scared of Pravin. We took a decision not to be scared of Pravin and to take him on. You can defend him anyhow you want, but the guy is leading a state capture in South Africa. And the ANC people can't do anything, including COSATU. Why? Pravin has got everything on them through the rogue unit. We asked Pravin a question. Did Werksman pay your accommodation and flights in London where you went to fundraise for Cyril Ramaphosa? Till today he has not answered that question. We are in parliament, we ask ministers questions, they don't answer questions, you can't do anything. That is Truma Mena for you. When he comes to parliament, we stop him from talking because he's not answering our questions. You say EFF is disruptive. But we are there for them to answer questions. And when they don't answer questions, we have to apply different methods now. And that's what will happen to Pravin. We're not scared of Pravin. And we'll never be scared of Pravin. We know how powerful Pravin is. We know how powerful Pravin is. We don't underestimate him, but we are prepared to pay that price. If you are going to be told by Pravin, how you should elect your leaders of EFF through the media, how you should look at the EFF leaders through the media that is controlled by Pravin. You can go on. But we fought these battles before. Age is on our side, or on his case. You must know that we'll never retreat. We have nothing personal against Pravin. We have a problem with his racist tendencies of paging African leaders. People like you. It is the type, people like you who are not needed in the EFF. It is this type we don't want in the EFF, who cry to go to parliament. You know I'm in parliament now. The EFF can come tomorrow and say, Chief, please resign. We need this seat. I will resign. We did that to Sipho Mbata and Mukausi. Mabatu Mukausi. We went to them and said, comrades, you have not been performing to the satisfaction of the organization. Please resign from parliament. They resigned. Sipho decided to go and join UDM. Mabatu stayed in the party, worked for the party. She's now back in parliament. Yeah. Because of her discipline. She said, I'm not here for those things of posts. I'm not here for parliament. I'm here to work for the party. We removed her. She continued working on the ground in Free State and everywhere else she was deployed. She's back in parliament. She's now the whip of the EFF in the NCOP. Sipho, who came for food. When the plate was taken away from him, he left and thought he was powerful. EFF was nothing without him. We actually achieved more votes where Sipho Mbata comes from in KwaZulu-Natal without him, just to show him that he's not the EFF. So, Ngabuza. You tell me about Ngabuza. Who's Ngabuza? Eh? Gabuza. Who's this one? We dealt with people before her who thought they were powerful. Mutretama went to form his own party because he didn't comply with the discipline of the organization. He didn't. Where is his party now? He's nowhere. Ramakaza, the first coordinator of the EFF, who thought he was the most powerful man, nowhere. So, Gabuza, we're going to have a headache from Gabuza? No ways, it's not going to happen that. We've expelled a lot of members, a lot. And I think we have not done enough. We should have expelled more. We should have expelled more. We are at a formative stage. So at a formative stage, you say, these are unacceptable practices, so that those who come after, they know that this is unacceptable and they don't do it. We don't tolerate ill discipline in the EFF. There are still more. Some of them are violating the rules of the NPA now because they think they are powerful. So we are at a formative stage. We are running a tight ship with discipline, and we deal with those who don't obey discipline decisively. We have not forced anyone in the EFF. There is no such a thing as military training resolution. So my brother, there's a difference between a gossip and resolutions. So there is no such a thing. You can go read the resolutions of the EFF. They are available on the website. It's not there. The slate, you can't stop people from having slate. You know, comrades, EFF is too big. Yeah. But the problem is that it's new also. We don't know each other. 40. This one, where's that place where we buried the mother?
Kukwala.
Eh?
King Williamstown.
In King Williamstown.
Yeah.
He comes from King Williamstown. There's a one who comes from Musina.
Yeah.
They've never met.
Yeah.
Now, we want Dalimpof. King Williamstown wants Dalimpof in the CCT. Messina wants a Chifiwa.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
They can't even pronounce each other's names. Or you want what? The best they do is to write slates amongst themselves and exchange. You can't say to people, don't use these slates, don't use it. But you cannot allow the slates in the voting booth.